Welcome back, everybody, to my retirement special for Pat Sajak. And we're going to do the CD-ROM game with the 1998 version of Jeopardy. See how it goes. Thank you.
Hi, folks. I'm Johnny Gilbert. Okay, set the game up exactly the way you like.
Anybody check Alex's monitor? Have we got sound yet?
White balance on camera 3, please. Where's my headphones?
You all set? Let's go. Normal game. Okay, so how many people are out there? And we'll get a couple of computer contestants to play against you. Player one, what's your name?
McMillan's getting a shot. Somebody get on there and fix it.
Player one has the space bar.
All right, let's go.
Here we go. Let's get rolling on ball.
From the Sony Pictures Studio, this is Jeopardy!
And now, here is your host for Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Welcome to Jeopardy! We've got a great game lined up for you.
You always do.
See if you're ready for these first-round categories.
Patriotic potpourri, animals, movie costumes, state capital nicknames, song standards, and history, H in quotation marks.
Player one, let's get things underway.
Like the falcon or hawk, the shrike is classified as a bird of this.
Player one, you are correct. Your choice, player one.
Almost 99% of a jellyfish's body is made of this substance.
Player one. Why, yes.
These bivalves stay under the mud by extending their siphons into the water.
Player one. No, too bad. Player two.
What are clams?
That's it.
It became a U.S. territory in 1900 and was attacked 18 years before becoming a state.
Player one. Correct.
From 1954 to 1969, he was president of North Vietnam.
Player one. Correct.
The U.S. arsenal at the Shenandoah Valley location was raided October 16, 1859.
Player one. That's it. Your choice, player one.
Roman emperor from 117 to 138, he built walls in Germany as well as in Britain.
Player one. Correct.
The Dutch East India Company sponsored his 1609 search for the Northwest Passage.
Player one. Yes.
The spectacled bear is the only bear found on this continent.
Player one. Good guess, but that's wrong. Player two.
What is South America?
That's correct.
It's the city of the saints, as well as the Mormon city.
Player one. Yes.
This Mississippi capital has been called the city where the Old South and the New South meet.
Player one. Correct. All right, player one.
This Nevada capital is the gateway to Lake Tahoe and Yosemite Valley.
Player one. Yes.
Some know it as the hub. Oliver Wendell Holmes called its State House the hub of the solar system.
Player one. Correct.
It's the capital of the first state.
Player one. Yes, indeed.
This Arctic pinniped's two upper canine teeth may grow up to 20 inches or more.
Player two.
What is the walrus?
You are correct.
You could say it was curtains for Vivien Leigh when she wore a dress made from drapes in this classic film.
Player one. That's correct. Player one, your turn.
When John Travolta played a disco dynamo in this 1977 film, his white suit became a national craze.
Player one. Why, yes.
Many women bought copies of the white chiffon cocktail dress Liz Taylor wore as Maggie the Cat in this film.
Player one. You are correct.
If you want to see this German sex symbol in a gorilla suit, rent the 1932 film Blonde Venus.
Player one. That's right.
Edith Head said this chic actress helped design her own wardrobe for the 1954 film Sabrina.
Player one. That's correct.
When he wrote the Star-Spangled Banner, it didn't have a melody. It was just a poem.
Player one. That's it. Okay, contestant one.
In September 1777, it was removed from Philadelphia and hidden in a church in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Player one. Yes.
In September 1777, it was designated by Congress as the U.S. national motto.
Player one. Why, yes. Answer, clearly double. Player one, please make your wager.
Sousa's flag-waving march of 1897. He added the words in 1898.
To be sure.
Elbridge Gerry was one of the 5 signers of the Declaration of Independence from this state.
Player one. Correct.
Someday My Prince Will Come is from this 1937 film.
Player one. That's correct. Player one, your turn.
Nothing could be finer than to be here in the morning.
Player three.
What is Carolina?
Correct.
This Errol Garner song begins, "Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree."
Player three.
What is Misty?
Yes.
This song's lyrics contain such names as Suki Tawdry, Jenny Diver, Polly Peachum, Lucy Brown.
Player three.
What is Mac the Knife?
That's it exactly.
I was waltzing with my darling to this song when an old friend I happened to see.
Player three.
What is the Tennessee Waltz?
You are correct. Well, that brings us to the end of the first round. Player one, you're definitely in the zone. All right, it's time for Double Jeopardy. Let's get to the categories for Double Jeopardy.
Famous scientists. Rogers and Hammerstein. Doohickeys. U.S. rivers. The Middle Ages. 1990s movies.
Your choice, player 2.
This big river flows from San Juan County in Colorado to the Gulf of Mexico.
Player 1. Yes.
In 1832, Henry Schoolcraft identified Lake Itasca in Minnesota as this river's source.
Player 1. To be sure.
This Virginia river is navigable as far inland as Richmond.
Player 1. Correct. Player 1.
This river provides part of Pennsylvania's border with New York and New Jersey.
Player 1. No. Too bad. Anyone? Player 2.
What is the Delaware River?
That's it exactly.
Her book, Radioactive, was published posthumously in 1935.
Player 1. Yes, indeed.
In 1921, he testified about his peanut products before the House Ways and Means Committee.
Player 1. Yes.
In 1926, this botanist was buried under a cedar tree in the yard of his Santa Rosa, California home.
Player 1. Yes, indeed.
This physicist used a voice synthesizer to recite his vows at his 1995 wedding to Elaine Mason.
Player 1. That's it. Player 1. The answer is a video daily double. Player 1, please make your wager.
Uraniborg and Stjerneborg were this Danish astronomer's observatories on the island of Ven.
Here's your clue. Take a look. Oh, I'm sorry.
The chief tributaries of this flat, shallow Nebraska River are the Loup and Elkhorn Rivers.
Player 1. Why, yes.
It's a small, swiveling wheel attached to the bottom of pieces of furniture.
Player 2.
What is a caster?
To be sure.
It's the pen point you insert into the tip of a fountain pen.
Player 3.
What is a nib?
You are correct.
Their last song together before Hammerstein's death was Edelweiss from this musical.
Player 2.
What is the sound of music?
Yes. All right, contestant 2.
Their 1955 show, Pipe Dream, about the people of Cannery Row, was based on this author's Sweet Thursday.
Player 3.
Who is John Steinbeck?
Right you are.
This actor directed and narrated 1992's A River Runs Through It.
Player 1. That's correct.
In this 1994 Woody Allen film, John Cusack plays a playwright who gets mixed up with the mob.
Player 1. You are correct.
The romance An Affair to Remember figured prominently in this 1993 Tom Hanks film.
Player 1. Yes.
Mel Gibson won an Oscar for directing himself as Scottish hero William Wallace in this epic.
Player 1. Yes. What'll it be, Player 1?
This 1994 prison film with Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman was based on a Stephen King tale.
Player one. Correct.
They're the raised bars on the neck of a guitar.
Player two.
What are frets?
Exactly.
In 1430, this maid of Orleans fell into the hands of the Burgundians, who turned her over to the English.
Player one. That's correct.
Later, Bishop of Lincoln Robert Grosseteste was chancellor of this university circa 1215 to 1221.
Player one. Yes, indeed.
Domenico Morosini, who became Doge in 1148, extended this city's rule to Istria.
Player one. Correct. Player one, you choose.
The new Rome, it withstood assaults by Russians and Bulgars, but was captured by Ottomans in 1453.
Player one. Yes.
This town began to grow in importance after the Capetians made it their capital in 987.
Player one. That's right. Answer. Player one. Please make your wager.
It hangs inside a bell and strikes the sides to produce ringing.
Correct.
Proper term for the roller on a typewriter.
Player three.
What is the platen?
That's right.
In 1994, this show about a carnival barker won 5 Tonys, including Best Musical Revival.
Player three.
What is carousel?
Exactly. Player three, you choose.
For 15 years, 1946 to 1961, this show, set in Indian Territory, was Broadway's longest-running musical.
Player one. That's it.
Characters in this musical include Mei Lee, Linda Lowe, and Sammy Fong.
Player three.
What is flower drum song?
Correct. That's the end of Double Jeopardy. This is a no-brainer, unless someone pulls a Clavin. Take a look at the category for Final Jeopardy.
Organizations.
Here's the Final Jeopardy answer. Good luck, players. Player two, your question. That's right. And your wager was? Now you're showing off. Player three, your question? Sorry, that's incorrect. Let's see how much it cost you. Sometimes you get a tough one. Your question, player one. Very good. Now, what was your wager?
See you all for another game, everybody.
You're putting on quite a show. Good game. Hope to see you again on our next game of Jeopardy. Congratulations on becoming one of our all-time highest scoring champions.
Leaving so soon?
We'll see you again on our next game of Jeopardy.